Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Gemini. How are you, Geminis? Let's see what's cooking. All right, we got some decisive action, communication here. Wow, we got a person who's been doing a lot of thinking, trapped in their head. They've thought things through. Now this could be yourself in this energy or someone around you. Yeah, someone's being triggered here. This is a person who I feel rushes in, changes their mind, but now this person's being triggered. The tower's coming down. Yeah, this is someone who hasn't got what they wanted here. Yeah, wishful thinking. But I do think this is someone who hasn't got what they wanted. I feel this is something, yeah, we got a person here, I feel, who's being careful what they wish for, but there is a person waiting. But I feel this is somebody here who's now looking at this energy. And I do think this is someone having a massive epiphany and realization. This is someone who keeps coming back around doing the same thing. Yeah, this is someone getting off that emotional roller coaster, basically breaking the chain. Because this is somebody who holds back and they hold back. And this is someone who's been waiting, but now I feel this is someone seeing the ship has sailed. Because this is someone who's never got what they wanted from someone because they keep doing the same thing. So now the chain is being broken. Yeah, this is someone going to start feeling kind of sad here. But this person here, from their perspective, and I can see it because this person keeps doing the same thing. Yeah. And this is someone who's giving up hope, but this person's now literally freaking out because this is someone breaking the chain because they can see that what's happening here, okay? That this person keeps this person waiting. Yeah, they keep them waiting. And this person's now starting to think, well, I never seem to get what I want from this person. I'll tell you why. Because they often wait for this person to come in, then they indulge them. So it's indulge me, fill my cup, maybe I'll give you what you want. And that's what's been happening. So like I say, I feel this is someone who's actually probably going to have this epiphany. I do see some Aries energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah. Maybe Scorpio energy. This is someone who's been waiting and now they're giving up hope. But this person's, see, it's like the energy between. And this person's being triggered because this person's now looking at this. See, it's an energy of this person here who keeps doing the same thing. But it is an energy of breaking the cycle, getting off an emotional roller coaster. Because this is someone who I feel keeps indulging, giving this person what they want. They fill their cup. They never get what they want. It's always a maybe. Yeah, so we have someone breaking free. This is someone who's not giving someone enough attention. But this is someone who just comes in when they want attention. So I do feel what we have is a person who wants somebody to keep feeding their ego. But I do think we have a person going to break that chain. I do. It's somebody here going to have a breakthrough. They're going to break free. Because this is someone who knows this is something that'll never go anywhere. Because they keep feeding this person's ego. And they never get what they want. So it is a breakthrough. And this person is feeling sad. But it's about moving on. Because this is someone who comes back around. They wait for things to calm down. See, waiting for this person because they know this is someone who wants their attention, but they don't give it to them. They never fill their cup because this person keeps indulging them. It's time to move on. Nothing to see here. But what they do is they wait for things to calm down and then they come in. This is somebody who is, I do feel, eventually going to apply the lessons they learned from this person and break free and get off this on and off roller coaster. Stop feeding this person's ego. And I do think there is ego issues, and it could be maybe they can't provide, or they think this person's only interested in what they can provide, whatever it is. This person's going to break that chain, okay? They're going to break free because this is someone who keeps doing it. Like I say, they wait for things to calm down and they come in. But as the longer that this person keeps them waiting, the more this person's moving on. Yeah, and I do feel there's some jealousy or this person's freaking out because why? We have another person coming in. See, the more this person distances themselves from this person, the more they move towards the light. Okay? The more they move forward, this is when somebody else comes in. So we have a person who's coming in, and this is going to go in the other person's favor. They don't like it. In fact, they're probably mad. Yeah. This is somebody who doesn't want, they want attention from someone. They don't want to provide anything, you see. They don't provide anything, and they're not giving this person attention, but they know this person wants attention, you see. It's the chain. Tell me about this Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's been hurt. This is someone who's done this a few times. They've hurt this person. They're jealous. This is jealousy too. They're jealous. This is someone getting attention from someone else, because I do see someone coming in. This person's dating, I do feel. And I can see this sadness. This person feels sad, but I can see this person sees it's not ever going to go in their favor. It's this roller coaster on and off. This is someone pushing the stop button. And it's just going to take this person a little time, because I do feel they're moving on. And the more they distance themselves from this person, the more they freak out. Yeah, we got an energy of this person. See, it's perspective, like I say. You know, there is sadness here. I do feel this person's sad, like there's not a lot of hope, because they can see that this is someone who just comes in when they want attention. They provide nothing. And they're purposely, I feel, not giving them attention, because this is a person I feel who's... They feel like they need to take decisive action, but this person, I think this person knows themselves too. Like they keep doing the same thing. They keep hurting this person. Yeah, they also are responsible, but they aren't reliable. They're not dependable. They don't want anyone to depend on them. This person's got a load of baggage, but I feel it's the baggage this person's... See, it's this person basically doing this to the other person. This person wants this person. They feel sad. You know, and I do see this on and off, feeling like there's no hope. Then this person comes and gives them a little attention. See, they keep doing it. But now this other person here is, this person, whoever they are, I do see Aries energy, Mars energy, Scorpio. I do see some Sagittarius. This is someone who's getting attention from someone else. Now we have a little Pisces energy. So someone just taking a pause, looking at things from a whole different perspective. See, this is someone checking other people out. Yeah. See, there it is. See, time out, a break. But this is someone who doesn't want to be pinned down. It's this person who doesn't want to be pinned down. They don't want anyone to rely on them. And I do think they have a lot of baggage. But I'm going to tell you that Tower, I feel, is jealousy. They can't stand the thought of someone getting attention from the other person, because there is a person coming in. But the interesting thing is this person who is the receiver all this is the one who's waiting, feeling sad, like there's no hope. But their perspective is starting to change because they have people coming in. Yeah, see, dating and courting. Yeah, this person. To me, this is just someone who keeps somebody in the dating thing, right? They keep them. They never give them what they want. But I do think this other person, the things are starting to go in their favor, and they can't stand it. Yeah, they're heading down another path. See, there's the energy of 3. One person's being left behind. This other person has broke free. Now we have this time out, a break. But like I say, this is someone who doesn't want to be pinned down. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. This person is going to get pinned down by someone else. I can see it. Yeah. Someone who definitely, see this person. This is a person. Now, I do see several energies. I do think we have somebody with some Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. I see the Aries energy, the Mars energy. And I see the King of Wands and some Sag energy. But this is someone who never gets what they want. They never get their cup filled. They need to stop indulging in this person. Because it's the person up here who doesn't want to be pinned down. They don't want to be responsible. They don't want to be they don't want to be reliable. They're not reliable, okay? They don't want to feel they don't want to be relied on. And this person knows it. It's triggering them. but the other person is breaking free. And now we have a person coming in. Yeah, there's a lot of spark desire, a lot of attraction here, a passionate new beginning. So whoever the person is that's been waiting, see, waiting for the one, waiting for the right person. But this person, I feel, is realizing this person isn't my person. So here we have this cooperating, compromising, compatibility. See, someone who wants to spend time, someone who wants to do things. See, somebody who wants to spend time with someone. Yeah. But I do feel whoever this is that's waiting is feeling pretty sad, like there's no hope. But this is, yeah, this is someone who has experience. This person's becoming wise. They're learning. They're learning here. This is someone going to cut someone out. Queen of Swords. Yeah, no longer feeding someone's ego. Someone who now has experience, because they've experienced this, right? They know. But you can see the energy of cooperating, compromising. This is someone speaking truth. They expect truth. They expect loyalty. And we have an Emperor coming in. There's a lot of dating, courting going on here. But the person who I feel is angry or being triggered is literally someone who the other person keeps filling their cup, waiting. But they never get what they want. But this person's going to get their cup filled, because I do feel there's an Emperor coming in. But it's interesting because there is a lot of passion, desire, attraction. One of these people just comes in because they're attracted to someone, where the other person's actually an Emperor. So there's two people kind of similar. And you can see the things that these people have in common. This person sees it. They know. Somebody in the Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is someone choosing their battles. They're going to be wise. Yeah, this is someone waiting for the Emperor, the right person. But how they're breaking free is realizing that the other person's it comes in when they want attention. Now we got this person getting attention from someone else, an Emperor. Yeah, see? Somebody who's stable, someone who's reliable, a person who wants a partner. See, it's a partnership, long-term stability, someone who's stable. This person knows, they have experience. And I do think this energy, see, there's perspective. They're in this energy as well, thinking it through, choosing their battles. They're not going to put a lot of effort. They know, too, like the other person doesn't put in effort. They just come in when they want attention. They're actually using this power, this energy, to break free. They're standing up to this person too. 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands. This person is waiting for the right person. Okay, these are the things they've experienced. They can see the energy of these people, the things they have in common. This is a person becoming very wise. Yeah, they know when a situation doesn't serve them, but they also know when the feelings are mutual. So pretty interesting what's going to happen. It's hard to say, to be honest, how this is going to play out, but this is someone, things are going to start going in their favor, and the other person can't stand it. And I do see a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Yeah. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. Yeah, the Empress. See, this is somebody's self-respect is very desirable. The more this person moves on, the more distance they put themselves, you can see from this person, the more desirable they are. So this Emperor is actually the person who sees this person as their person. They see their worth and value, their self-respect. And they see this as someone who takes pride in themselves, the way they look, the way, they look out for themselves. I really love this, but it is about, see, this is someone who sees somebody as a partner. But the other person, someone who does not want the responsibility of anyone depending on them. They don't want to be pinned down. This is someone who rushes in and out. They keep doing the same thing. Pretty interesting. We've got a pattern here. Yeah, we have a pattern. Tell me about the 10 of Wands. Yep, someone who, see, this person's responsible. They do feel responsible because it is, I feel, their fault. But this is someone who sees they've missed a beautiful opportunity because this is someone who keeps coming in and rejecting someone. Now they're being rejected, ignored, because this person's open. to whatever comes their way, but they are breaking free from this person because they can see, they're wise, the lessons they've learned when someone just wants attention. So they're breaking free. Yep. They also notice that someone jealous. We have some sort of obsession here. Yeah, someone's obsessive. They're jealous. I do see the jealousy big time. They're mad. It's somebody who doesn't want someone to have someone else, but they keep rejecting them. Now they're being rejected and ignored. This person is definitely open to whatever comes their way. Yeah, they want someone who puts in effort. See, this is someone who's no longer putting in effort. They're no longer feeding this person's ego, and they can't stand it. They're being defeated. They don't see it yet. You know, they can't stand the thought of it. There's obsession. And this is someone who knows it's a very unhealthy situation. There's something with this person. I wouldn't be surprised this is someone who's always involved in third parties, maybe a habitual cheater. Because the Empress knows their self-worth and value. And now we have an Emperor coming in who sees this person's value. Their self-respect is very desirable. So this person actually, this is someone coming in, putting an effort. See, it's worth building, going down this path and spending time with this person. The other person up here, the one being left behind, is the person who is very jealous. They also see it's their own fault. They're very mad at themselves, but I do think they are a habitual cheater, okay? Someone who keeps doing the same thing. They keep rejecting someone. So they're trying to take their power, but they only want attention. This is someone who doesn't want anyone to rely on them. They want to keep playing the field. We have a very wise person here with an Empress energy who is cutting this person out. Thank you, but no thank you. This is someone who tends to themselves. They take care of themselves. See, they're looking out for themselves. This person's stable too. Very gracious and patient, but this is someone who knows their worth. They're not chasing. See, this is what drives this person crazy. They're not chasing after them. This is someone who needs their ego stroked. They like the chase. But I feel, like I say, what happens, it's who comes in. See, this is what somebody doesn't expect, is this person's open to other people. See, they don't expect this to happen. They think they've got this person. So now they're very angry and they're very obsessed, and I do think very jealous. This is someone who is not interested in being involved in third parties. This person's working a lot too. Like, I feel they're focused more on work than anything, They're just looking out for themselves. They're tending to self. This is a person too grounding themselves. See, they're staying grounded. They're making very sensible, practical decisions. They're being wise, but these are the things they've experienced, so they know. They're applying lessons learned. This is someone here who's got, this Emperor's coming in. Yeah, look at emotional fulfillment. This person's going to get their cup filled, but who it is what this person probably isn't going to expect. It is going to be a shock, but the shock is also this other person. When this person goes, thanks, but no thanks, I'm no longer interested, because they're getting their cup from someone else, but it's who that comes in. So it's an energy of expectations. And I'm going to tell you, this is somebody who, with the Queen of Swords, they have expectations. They expect someone to spend time with them, to do things with them. Because it is about building. Two people who build each other up. They team up. They spend time together. There's going to be some happiness here. Yeah. See, this person doesn't want the other person to have this other person. They don't want to surrender to this. And it is another form of jealousy. They don't want the other person to have you, but yet they won't make a commitment. It's a vicious cycle. I see this in the Scorpio read, basically the same thing. See, they don't want to surrender, but yet they don't want to give up their freedom. They like playing the field. And I do think this person's it's a really unhealthy situation. Really unhealthy. So as this person moves on, this other person's becoming more obsessed because they're not chasing after them. Yeah. But what's so interesting, they're not chasing after them either. It's just kind of stuck here. But it's who comes in. Okay. Queen of Swords has expectations. They know their worth and value. They see truth in a situation. They've learned. See, they've learned. This is someone who's learned their lessons. They know. But this is a person who sees the bigger picture. See, they want to be happy. They want to be filled, and they know they're never going to get it from this other person. So it is an energy of moving on. Yeah, this is someone who, this person's going to connect with someone else. And I do see friends first. And I wouldn't be surprised if this person's disappointed where they actually get friend zoned because of this. But this person is connecting with someone else, and it's two people. See the feelings being mutual, the Emperor and the Empress. So this Emperor could be anybody, and I wouldn't necessarily say they're Aries energy, because I do see Sagittarius, Capricorn, which I feel comes from the feminine, or possibly a Taurus energy. So Aries, Leo, Sag. See, this, we have a person who doesn't want to be pinned down, but what's happening is this other person is now breaking free, and they find this person very, very desirable. But it is a person who's leveling up to Emperor status. But I actually wouldn't be surprised if there's three people. I kind of get the vibe of three. One of them is an Emperor. This is someone who's going to make this happen. See multiple opportunities coming in. This person's got offers, opportunities, but I see someone making a very powerful move. But this is the feminine, been there, done that. Okay, been there, done that, being wise. Tell me about this Ten of Cups, because they're going to get their cup filled, but this is two people are going to talk here, because we have this person, look at, it's about faith and loyalty, making a commitment. This person has faith in themselves to make the right choice too, the Empress. But it's the energy of the person coming in, asking someone on a date. So this person's coming in to ask someone out. This is someone who's been waiting, but like I say, they're keeping their options open. This is someone who's not going to settle, and I do feel they know exactly what they want. But look at that energy of faith and loyalty. Two people on the same page going to have a conversation. I see some dating, having a few dates, things speeding up. There's movement, gaining momentum. So we have two people going to connect. This other person, I feel... This other person's being left behind. Like I say, they're jealous. And I do see Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. See, releasing it no longer serves. This is someone who's not going to get what they want from this other person. And there has been an obsession here. But it is an energy. Look at that. See, this is some of the straw that broke the camel's back. And I'm going to tell you, when this person breaks free and they connect with this person, whoever this feminine energy is, Gemini maybe, Libra, Aquarius, you can flip the energies, but this person's wise and they speak truth, loyalty. They want someone loyal and they expect commitment. But who they get this from is, I feel, what's going to be unexpected, because this is a person, the straw that broke the camel's back. It's going to be a relief. Okay, this person's going to be relieved to be free of this person, this pattern, this behavior. This is someone going to cut this person out. Yeah, but I don't feel like it's completely happened yet. I do think it's still kind of playing out, but there is momentum and multiple opportunities coming in. This is someone who's looking for commitment, a loyal person. They are loyal. They are faithful. Yeah. See, this is a life path choice decision. Choosing this path. See, this is something that keeps happening. It never goes anywhere, and they see it. It's not going anywhere. So they're going to choose this path. See, the Empress is on their own path. This is two people coming apart. It's not going to, I don't feel like it's going to come back together. But I see these other two people crossing paths at just the right time. It's almost like just at the nick of time. And it gives this person strength, I feel, too. You see, they've learned something here. And they're going to have that also, again, that tower, that realization. I wouldn't be surprised if I do see Aries, I do see Scorpio energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini and Aquarius mostly here. Yeah, the Capricorn and some Taurus energy. But it all has to do with who comes in. There's going to be a conversation, okay, about loyalty, faith, Two people are going to be, this is two people getting acquainted, learning about each other. And I do think this could turn into a commitment. So it's somebody who needs to keep that faith in the path that they're on, and that is the Empress. They have faith in themselves. They're going to choose the right person. But this is the straw that broke the camel's back. And this is someone who's going to, basically, they're healing, they're over it. They're pulling out those swords, and it's a relief, okay? Because this is someone who knows, this is someone who's never going to budge and give in. Someone who keeps someone stuck. See, they don't really want to surrender. They don't want to make any kind of commitment because they want to play the field. But now the other person's getting attention from other people. And I do think there's a couple. I do see Aries, Leo, Sag, and this Emperor. Now, the Emperor can be anyone. It all depends on your person, but it's just looking at the energy. It's about being on the same page. This is someone realize we have two people not on the same page. This other person has very limitless beliefs. Okay? And that is the thoughts that pin them down. Yeah. This person's just someone who hasn't really learned their lessons. And I do see a person keeps doing the same thing. I do think it's a person there is a habitual cheater here. Because this person's got knowledge, wisdom. They've learned something. Yeah, look at that. Feminine Gemini, you're manifesting, but it's who's coming in that's manipulating you. See, you're seeing that. The pattern, the manipulation, you can see the pattern, right? The way this person behaves. So you're in protective mode. You're going to protect yourself, and you are going to speak up. And you're going to get this off your chest too. This person's going to run away, okay? They are a runner, and they will run away. And I do think this is somebody here who, I do think they are selfish and greedy too. And it's interesting. I do see someone getting some kind of inheritance here. They're trying to keep it all to themselves. See, they don't want to share anything. So I see that for some of you, unrelated possibly to some of this energy. But it's saying that you have everything you need to manifest your desire. Someone is very much desiring you. I do see communication. I do think you're manifesting each other. It's saying to be a little patient with this person. They're just sort of, with the star, they're just navigating their feelings, thinking about this connection. But the other person is definitely moving on here, or they're just stuck. And this, yeah, see, they have lack. And this is also the energy while someone's waiting, and there's new opportunities coming in. They're getting attention from people. You know, they're moving on. This other person's the one being left behind. See, lack and loneliness. But it's an energy where someone kind of looks at it, you know, kind of looks at it like, what am I thinking? This person's just very negative, low vibrational. But they're the person being left behind because two people are coming together. And I do see this energy of selfish poverty. And I do see somebody has a person who acts like they don't have any money, but they do, you know, that kind of energy. Yeah, greedy, keeping everything to themselves. I do see someone getting an inheritance here, though. And there's been a lack of money, and it is someone who probably felt they couldn't provide, but I still feel it's too late. Too little, too late. Yeah, it's somebody who's been cheap, you know. But this is the interesting. They are going to reach out and test a little bit here, but I don't feel that you're going to go for it. Yeah, just watch out for manipulation. That's the only thing, because you know, right? This is you gathering up all the information, learning, see? You have all the tools, the information. You know when you're being manipulated or somebody's trying to take advantage of you. So you're not about to put yourself in a position to be taken advantage of. And I do think you have a person who's done this. And I do think they do blame themselves, but I feel they kind of blame you. Now they're blaming themselves. They weren't generous with their time or energy, money. They were cheap, acted like they didn't have money. I do think they took advantage of you. Okay? But it's like them kind of turning the tables here, like you took advantage of them. So, like I say, I feel this person's just, I mean, it's devil energy. Selfish, greedy. They don't want to reciprocate. And I think that you've learned and you're wiser here about not letting someone take advantage of you. Yeah, you got a person who has excuses for everything. See, they don't even really know what they want. And I always ask that question. If you don't know what you want, Why are you even reaching out to this person? Because this is someone who makes up excuses, often doesn't follow through, but they may reach out and go, hey, let's go for a drink or something and give it one last try. You're not going to be fooled, because I do see you making this choice. And like I say, the other person knows what they want. That's the difference between these people. It's just an energy of someone who really knows what they want, and they're going to go for it. They're going to make it happen. It's the Emperor. They want to talk. They're going to ask you out. See, this could go somewhere, but it's leveling up. And I do think someone has leveled up financially too. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, but yeah, you got someone who wasn't telling the whole truth. They tell you some truth. It's like half truths, but they're always hiding something. And that's the person I feel with money. See, now they've got, if they did inherit something, they have a whole lot of money. So this is the issue. Now they don't want to, this is probably what happened too. They don't want to share it. They're not telling the whole truth. See, they have excuses. But I still think this person's really looking for attention, because they really do find you desirable. They're very attracted to you, but you're going to choose. And I do think you're going to choose wisely. And it's telling you to sleep on it, think it through, and you'll make the right choice. Yeah, this is someone who's manipulative. They play games. See, they manipulate. So this person's been very disappointing. And I wouldn't be surprised they come around and keep disappointing you. I don't think they tell the whole truth. They tell you what you want to hear. So you're going to see it. You know. You have all this time in between. This is the things that you're learning, and you're going to apply it, and you're going to connect. You are going to have a connection with someone here, and I think it's going to be a great connection. It's a person who actually wants to talk. They want to take you out on a date. I think you got a person who doesn't really want to go on a date, you know. It's like they just want attention. Yeah, it's a person who never steps up to the plate. See, I feel like you've healed. You're releasing this, out with the old, in with the new. But it is someone who'll never step up to the plate. I think if they did get any kind of inheritance, they're being kind of greedy, or they just act like they don't have money, but they do, so they kind of take advantage. They're a taker, not a giver. And I think you deserve better here. I can see it. I think this person knows too. But there you are, taking back your power. You have a person coming in. I feel a couple. And it's a person who knows what they want. They're confident. They have self-control. So they're happy to be friends first, to spend time with you. See, a person who isn't afraid to take in the lead. And I do think it's someone who's trying to test to see if you'll take the lead. So I feel like you're just dealing with a person here who's very wishy-washy, and kind of fickle, and whatever their issues. But it is someone who's never going to step up to the plate. But the person who comes in is what I feel like you're not going to see. I feel like you're going to see it coming, because I do think you're aware of these opportunities coming in, but it's who steps up to the plate, I feel, is what you're not going to expect. But the feelings are going to be mutual. Yeah, you've got love coming in. Gemini, you've got love. And it's about keeping those options open, not letting someone treat you with an option. Don't settle for breadcrumbs. This is where you take back your power. But see, this other person's trying to take your power. You're more powerful. But the interesting thing is you and this other person are going to cooperate, compromise. You're going to work together as a team. And I do think you're going to team up with this person. I see you spending lots of time. See, this is about growing closer, forming a bond with this person. You're going to form a bond. And you are going to be friends first. You're going to talk and spend time together. See, they're confident. When a person knows what they want and they come in confident, that's the difference. The other person isn't confident. They're like the opposite. But a lot of it is because of their own behavior. And I see so much jealousy here. Yeah. Yeah. I do think this is somebody who wants to reach out. They may reach out. But I don't feel like you're going to reciprocate. And I do think you're going to have to find that strength to, completely break free. But you've learned some lessons. You're wise. You know, yeah, you got a person coming in who's stable. See, it's all about partnering up. King and Queen of Coins. You're going to couple up with this person. The couple that work together, play together, they spend time together, they do stuff together. Yeah. This person's grounded, sensible, practical. See, they're prepared. It comes with that Emperor energy. And I wouldn't be surprised there is somebody here who maybe put on the brakes at the past, taking another look. And you may, I kind of, to be honest, I feel like it's yourself taking a look at this. Okay, but it's about you and your power. The Empress taking their power back. This person wants to take your power. Okay, what you have is a healthy Emperor energy. Because it's not the Emperor that wants their cake and eat it too. It's this other person. And whoever they are, I do see Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah. Libra by the looks of it for some of you. Yeah. Or Aquarius. So you know when a situation doesn't serve you. The person coming in has your best interest at heart. They adore you. Like I can see, they hold you in very high regard because your self-respect is making you very desirable. Partnership material. Yeah, you got love coming in. I do see romance too. Someone being romantic. See, preparing something romantic. Yeah, very nice. Or the other person's kind of like the opposite, right? They're missing an opportunity and they know it. They're not happy with themselves, but like I say, they don't really want you. And that's what I don't like about this. Why do people come in if they don't want somebody and they don't want to be pinned down or they don't want to commit? They need to beat it, and that's what I feel. Someone who has nothing but excuses. There's your pentacle. See, a person who comes in right, they plant that seed. You got a person who's going to pin you down here, and they're going to make a commitment. And I'm going to tell you, too, they kind of come in, I feel, just at the right time, where you're going to have this, I feel, this aha moment yourself, where you have that realization when you experience someone who really knows what they want. Because I feel like you've been in this pattern with this person who never really knows what they want. They have excuses. They tell you half-truths. That kind of energy, and it never really goes anywhere. You're going to feel differently with this person. This is going to be a new experience. And you're going to learn something major. Whether this goes anywhere or not, you're going to learn something valuable. Yeah. But I do think it's someone who's going to come in and make a commitment. So you're just going to spend some time with someone. You're going to grow close and connect. And you're going to distance yourself from all this. And that's when you're going to feel better. See, that's that energy of a relief when it's finally over. There's going to be a relief. You're going to get an opportunity to get something off your chest here, possibly. And maybe that's what you want, is that opportunity for closure. Some people feel they need that, or you want to get it off your chest. But like I say, I think it's just going to happen naturally as you distance yourself. So I really wish you the best here, Gemini. And it is longing for love. You deserve love. You deserve someone who knows what they want. So I do think you're going to, let this person kind of take the lead. And I feel they are a leader. And I do think this is somebody who really knows what they want. And they're confident. They have their emotions under control. That's why I feel it's going to be like this new experience. You can learn something every day, they say, right? Take care. Bye for now.